Hello and welcome back everyone to City Skylines. Last time I have no clue what we were doing, but I'm sure we'll figure it out this time. Atlantis Park looking real nice. 10 out of 10, I like the detail. Look at that, it looks like an actual haunted abandoned building. That's just part of the theme, trust me on that one. Okay, and then the imminent flooding is also fake. It's an illusion. You guys seen Spider-Man? Yeah, oh wait, no spoilers. Is it really spoilers after it's been months after a movie comes out? Oh wow! Thank you, Mr. QWERTY, for subscribing with Twitch Prime. What a good person. Okay, so it looks like our pump armada is actually doing a very good job. Oh, thank you, Nate, for also subscribing with Twitch Prime. Wow, so many good people on this earth. Oh yeah, I forgot, there's like tsunamis incoming. That's what I make little notes to myself about, like, be worried for the next episode, and that was the thing I had to be worried about this time. Also, to turn random disasters back on. There we go. Okay. So, our new friends over here are pumping out quite a bit of water, which is keeping us from flooding. However, that water, what goes up must come back down, so, you know, it's a mess. But it's my mess, and that's why I love it. Okay, why do we have infinite money on? What is this? Why is infinite money on? Guys, who turned on cheats? Come on. Not cool, guys. Not cool. Turning on cheats getting in the way of my stream. We will be right back. And we're back. That totally only took 20 seconds and not like 5 minutes of waiting for City Skylines to load. Okay. Yeah, let's get started. Let's do this. So, the city has a lot of issues. After the whole, like, giant death of everyone, there is a lot of abandoned buildings. There are a lot of destroyed buildings that need to be, well, rebuilt. And our demand is really low, so we have to find a way to get people to move back into our great country. How do we get people to move in? I know. We build the Statue of Liberty and ask everyone to move in. America tried that and it worked well while it lasted. There we go, right here by the farming area. Bring me your non-drowning. Bring me your rich. Bring me tax dollars, please. Thank you. Very good. Okay. So that'll hopefully bring some new people in. Turn on demand cheats, but that's cheating. I would never do that. I'm a better person than doing that. Would never do that. Okay, so while the city is rebuilding in the background, because cities will not naturally get much larger than this city is currently, we should probably start planning phase 2 of this city. It's gotten so large that, honestly, spreading out the population and improving infrastructure is probably more important than anything else at this point. But the question is, how do we expand the city, especially when we have this, which is threatening to overflow at any moment and kill everyone? I guess we could move into this area, which is not... I guess that's fine. I mean, these areas over here, I'm not a huge fan of because they're like right next to the wall and stuff, but they're kind of just dead weight right now and they aren't actually used for anything. So I don't see any reason not to improve things with it. One thing though is I don't want to make the traffic worse in the city. So if I'm doing this, I'm going to do it intelligently. And I'm going to have the roads not really get in the way of the current road structures. I'm going to make this kind of its own area in a lot of ways. Even if it may seem a little bit dumb. There we go. And then what we can do is pretty simple. We can have a way to get out of here, like this. And a way to get in, like this. And actually, we can do it kind of like a highway. A non-highway highway, just this little area here, which will be pretty much disconnected from everything else for most purposes, but it'll still be a nice little place to live, and it'll fill in this giant wasted gap, because this is a lot of land to just not use, especially when it's right in between our other sections. Just doesn't make much sense to not take advantage of it. So yeah, let's go ahead, zone this up. I think it actually looks pretty nice. Nice little area. We'll get our population up a little bit higher. We may actually break our record for population again, which would be really neat. This city is way too laggy to hit 1 million, but maybe it'll hit 500,000 at some point. It could happen. It could technically happen. Okay, look at that. That's just a nice little area. Like, sure, it could be better, but I actually think that they're going to be pretty happy with that. And we can even make a little tiny crossway through here. Come on, right in between, there we go. Very nice. All ignoring the main road pretty much, but still taking advantage of the land available. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay. Things over here are looking like, it's always hard to judge. But you know what? Look at this. The Dam District has completely recovered. That's gotta be the most amazing thing we've done yet. Like, after the entire insanity with the dam collapsing, I mean, we can see how much water was released and all of the effects of that. The water used to be up to the road, but the Dam District actually has rebuilt and are doing better than ever before, and the second half of the Dam District is doing fantastic. They were really ready with the canal here. So very proud of the city for making it through all of that. Obviously, we're feeling a little bit weak right now with the lack of the second dam. I'm not going to put a second dam in because I just think it's going to break everything. But it would actually be possible. Not going to do it, though. Never again. Having a double dam system is just too... When like the Kraken and stuff starts freaking out, it gets really bad. The physics can really start getting out of control. But the Ultra Dam is holding up very well. I mean, we have a little bit of spillage, but that's to be expected with the, you know, the cycle getting back. Spike moved the pumps from Fish Farm and the city side to somewhere useful. I actually prefer them here because I'm dumb and I will not notice when water's pouring over, so this is kind of an insurance policy for me. And that insurance policy is very important. Now, a big issue we're facing is that we aren't getting this water source separated from the water handling plant. This wall here should separate them, and until that gets separated, it is going to be running a little bit behind on the water. So I do have a plan. It's not pretty, but I think it'll work at least temporarily, which is to give us just a tiny bit of time to get the evaporation running again properly. And we'll actually do this in multiple parts. First off, we'll expand the basin. And then we'll use the soil from expanding the basin to cut off the main water area. Just temporarily. Just temporarily. Don't freak out. It's not going to be like a permanent thing that screws up the entire water table like every other series. Where we're just gonna do our best. We just need to temporarily slow down the water so that the system can catch up again and be functioning like it's supposed to. There's a lot of unfortunate side effects of the current way it's functioning, such as sewage leaching into the water, and these are things we'd like to avoid. Or at least I'd like to avoid. Oh, jeez. What a stubborn electrical line. It's like me, except an electrical line. Okay, here we go. So you may say, Spike, you're dealing with ridiculous amounts of water. That wall is going to only hold off the water for like 20 seconds, and maybe not even that long. But 20 seconds can make a big difference. I think that this 20 seconds here will actually be enough to kickstart everything. Come on. Come on. See, now that the water's slowing down and coming in, it's dropping in height rapidly. This is starting to overflow, so we're gonna give it a little bit. Oh, you guys can just tell me to turn down the music, you know. You can just go, Spike, the music is too loud, and I would do that. Bam. Doesn't take that much effort. Okay. So let's go a little bit further and really push this as far as we can. Get a little bit more soil stacked on. Where we're gonna put as much as we can into this experiment. We're going to do as well as possible. So let's go ahead and grab this, pull it across. Come on. Come on. I don't want to use all my money, but this is just temporary, and it's going to be a little bit painful when we undo it. But we want to see this drop just like a few more feet. Just a few more feet. Come on. Okay. So, we'll see what happens. The water coming in is slowing down dramatically. We still have a little bit leaking through, but it's a thin wall, so that's to be... Oh! It's actually almost completely stopped. Okay, this basin is filling rather quickly, but the WRU may actually start functioning properly. Do you see how the water is actually falling in now instead of bubbling up in the center? Okay. Come on. We have a little bit of an issue with the dam overflowing here, but that's not nearly as much water as it can handle, so as long as we have the big thing... see, it's bubbling up again. Come on! Oh boy. I don't know how long we have until this starts overflowing. This was a very brave attempt at fixing the problem, but it may have just made things a whole lot worse. How is the amount of water Oh, this side of it is so low now, but it hasn't translated over yet. Okay, we've got a little bit more time before we start overflowing. This is going to be a very, very big risk. Okay, the wall is starting to appear. That means it's gonna balance soon. We're so close to balancing it out. At the same time, this is starting to leak. Okay, we're gonna do one more. We're gonna do one more increase. If we do any more increase than this, though, there won't be a way to go back, and that would be really bad. So we're not going to trap ourselves in a situation where we've been too greedy. I just want to fix the system, get it working at the most efficient rate possible, and then just let it do its job. Giving this a little bit more buffer should go a long way. This is very expensive. Come on. I'm a little bit nervous, I'll be honest. There's always the potential for these things to go poorly. So we've given ourselves another like 10, 20 meters. And we only need this to drop a few. Okay, but good news is that things are actually looking very good. Wow, so surprising. The good news is good. I don't know why there's water in here. I don't know where that's coming from. That's a little bit concerning that there's water leaking through here. Oh, yes! Yes, guys, look! It's happening! It's happening! The wall's coming back out. Which means that these pumps are going to be able to deal with the water from the water source. Which means that this is going to drop. Which means more of the wall's going to come out. Which means the evaporation's going to start again. Come on. Come on. Oh, it's so close. It's so close to balanced. It's so close. Come on. Please. Just stop sewage for a minute. That would cause a massive tsunami when it was restarted. That would be very bad. Not good idea. Not a good idea. Okay, so close. Yet this is so close to going horribly wrong. We have actually kind of created a second dam here, and this one doesn't even make power. Okay. This is so close. This is so close. These pumps over here are doing their job really well. And it's almost not spilling over at all. This is actually flowing backwards. It's actually catching up, guys. It's happening. The water system is catching up to its backlog. Uh-oh. However, the rest is getting pretty backlogged. Okay. This almost looks good. This almost looks good. Hearts of Iron 4, I think, is going to start on Wednesday. Don't quote me on that, but I think so. Okay, the water level here has dropped significantly. But why is the water source sending so much water through? Honestly, I don't know why it's having such a hard time taking care of the water. It was able to do it before. We're going to increase the capacity of each of these by one large pump to see if we can push this a little bit harder. Come on. Okay, there we go. That's going to pull a lot more water in. And hopefully that'll give us just the little kick we need. Please. Uh-oh. Okay, ignore that. Ignore that problem. One problem at a time. This one is almost dealt with. Almost all the water is being pulled through. There's a tiny bit of leakage, but it's gonna stop. It's about to stop. We're so close. We're so close. Yes, that stopped. And yes, we did it, guys. It's stable. The WRU is actually stable after all of that. Okay, now we have to very, very carefully ease things back in because this is about to be very bad if we don't let this water out. So we're going to very slowly start releasing the water from this captivity. Okay, here we go. Now we're adding in a influx of water, but that should be enough that these dams can deal with it, because they don't have to deal with this water source anymore. They should be able to deal with everything that hits them. Now, it is a lot to expect, but I believe that it can do it. Wow, population has hit 256,000. Now that's impressive. Okay, this isn't fast enough to reduce the level. We've got to drop it further. How far? I have literally no clue. But we're going to slowly drop the wall and try to find a balancing point, and then we'll try to push the system a little bit past that point, just so that we can get this water level to drop, because right now this is too much water to have stored in one piece of dirt like this. We learned that in New Vooper. Okay, and this is starting to level off. The spillover is beginning to slow down. Now this is a little bit of water to deal with, but the pumps should be able to handle it. That's what the pumps are designed to do. They're pumps. Okay, the water is hitting, but the pumps are keeping it from going too far. It's gonna be a little bit more work than they're used to when it first starts. But the level's going down. The level is going down, so if we needed to, we could slow down the amount of water that we're letting out of here. We could. Well, maybe not, because this is overflowing. So it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell if that's just a wave. It seems like it's slowly going away. Okay, it's going to have to be able to hit. And it's going over a tiny bit. That's okay. Going over a tiny bit isn't the end of the world, as long as it doesn't push the WRU over capacity again. And I didn't want to do this, but considering we just spent so much money and resources, we're going to raise the walls of the WRU to ensure that it at least has a chance to not be flooded into. Like, we shouldn't have to do this, but I'm going to. I'm not cocky enough that I think that this is going to go through without any issues. Hopefully without any major issues, but it's not going to be perfect. Newsflash of the day. I'm also gonna rip this down. I don't think the tourism industry is doing as well over here as it used to be. I think that's kind of out of the picture. Okay, fantastic. The balancing game is really getting tough. Really getting tough. Because the population is rising so quickly right now that the amount of water going through the system is rising while we're trying to ease it back into work after the literal entire dam collapsed. It's a whole lot of things at once to deal with. But you have to admit, it's a robust enough system that the entire city didn't collapse from an entire dam dying, so we can be thankful for what we've got. Okay, fantastic. We're gonna kill these power lines so that they don't cause any issues. There's like a million redundant lines anyways. Honestly, all the roads and stuff down here are kind of a joke. Bam. Okay, fantastic. The walls are a little bit higher, which will give us a little bit more time to deal with the water that's coming in. The water is coming in pretty quickly enough that this is barely overflowing now. We've almost done it. We have almost done it. it's almost stable. If we just let a little bit more water through, we should be able to get it balanced. And once it's balanced, it's like chemistry. You don't have to look at the equation ever again, unless it's a redox reaction, in which case you're screwed. But ignoring chemistry jokes, we're gonna let a little bit more water through, which is gonna suck a little bit, but look at that. This is slowing down. The water level's going down. And this water level is at its limit, but not past its limit. That's the important thing. It's keeping up. Barely, but it is keeping up. Because these pumps are starting to kick in and do their job. Okay. Guys, I think, honestly, I think we've done it. Look at that. This is almost completely done overflowing. I think we've balanced the entire water system again. I mean, not easy. Ooh, see this? Look at that, it's trying to sneak in. That's sneaky, very sneaky. There's a forest fire raging, oh no. That is definitely the highest concern I have right now. We have no other issues. Okay, you know what? Just for the sake of keeping this from being stupid, we're actually going to put 2 little defensive pumps right here. Or I guess big defensive pumps. And they're going to keep it from sneaking around this corner. Okay, well, I think that's going to be it for this time, guys. We actually did manage to balance it. This is so close. This is so close to not overflowing. Okay, well, with that, I'd like to say that we've actually done something properly for once that didn't end in a worse disaster than we started with. I'll be honest, this worried me a little bit at first, but you know, it's a work in progress. Thank you all for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Peace out, and goodbye.